Welcome to the fourth lecture on centrifugal air compressors. In this session, we will consider the expression for work done in terms of stagnation properties and some important relations for centrifugal air compressors. Say, let's consider the different states involved or stages involved in the operation of a centrifugal compressor. So, we essentially have two stages, that is, one is impeller stage and the other one is diffuser stage. So, you can say impeller action and diffuser action. So, impeller inlet or compressor inlet, so that can be represented by state 1, and impeller outlet or diffuser inlet, that can be represented by state 2, and diffuser outlet or compressor outlet, that is represented by state 3. So, these thermodynamic states you have to consider to arrive at important relations. So, state 1, state 2 and state 3. So, 1 to 2 is representing impeller action and 2 to 3 is representing the diffuser action. So, if you want to represent the entire compressor action, then you have to say state 1 to state 3, 1 to 3. So, that is representing the total compressor action. So, the state 1, the properties can be designated by velocity V1, static pressure P1, static temperature T1, density ρ1 and specific enthalpy H1. And state 2, the corresponding properties, the velocity, absolute velocity of air at the impeller outlet, that is V2, static pressure P2, and that is the static pressure at the impeller outlet, and static temperature at the impeller outlet is T2, and the air density, mass density of air at impeller outlet is ρ2, and specific enthalpy at impeller outlet or diffuser inlet, that is H2. And the corresponding properties at state 3, that is diffuser outlet, or you can say at the properties of compressed air when it comes out of the compressor, that is static pressure P3, static temperature T3, mass density ρ3 and specific enthalpy H3, and the absolute velocity of air that is coming out of the compressor, that is V3, or diffuser outlet. The velocity is V3, absolute velocity. Then corresponding stagnation state, say corresponding to the inlet state to the outlet state of the compressor 1, 2 and 3, we have corresponding stagnation states, that is 0, 1, 0, 2 and 0, 3. In the last class we discussed the stagnation states, and we said the local stagnation state is a local reference state, and corresponding to the thermodynamic state 1 we have a stagnation state represented by 0, 1, and corresponding to 2 we have stagnation state 0, 2, and corresponding to state 3 we have stagnation state 0, 3, and the corresponding pressure, temperature and enthalpy, that is P01, T01, H01, and then stagnation state 0, 2, that is impeller outlet, that is P02, T02 and H02, and correspondingly a diffuser outlet or outlet of the compressor, we can say P03, T03 and H03. So, stagnation properties. And also we know that this H1, how do you find H1? H1 is Cp into T1, specific enthalpy of air at inlet to the compressor, H1 inlet to the impeller, you can say. So, H1 is equal to Cp T1, and corresponding stagnation enthalpy H01 is equal to Cp into T01, and specific enthalpy H2 is Cp into T2, and H02 is Cp into T02, and H3 is equal to Cp into T3, and H03 is equal to Cp into T03. And these relations we know very well. And one more important thing, that in the impeller you know that energy is added. So, energy is added to air by the impeller. So, because of the energy addition, enthalpy increases. So, H1 increases to H2, H01 increases to H02, but in the diffuser there is no energy addition. So, therefore, the static enthalpy, that is H2, stagnation enthalpy, so let's say H02, we consider that H02 will be same as H03. So if there is no energy addition, then even if there is energy conversion, stagnation enthalpy will not be affected. So that is stagnation enthalpy H02 is equal to H03. So what is H02? H02 is Cp into T02. So H03 is Cp into T03. What is Cp? That is specific heat of air at constant pressure. So since Cp is constant, T0H when H02 is equal to H03, T02 will be equal to T03. What does it mean? The stagnation temperature at the outlet of the impeller is same as stagnation temperature at the outlet of the diffuser. At the outlet of the impeller means at the inlet to the diffuser, because after the impeller action the air passes through the diffuser or air undergoes diffuser action in the diffuser. So now we will consider, with these properties in mind, we will now consider the isentropic compression and actual compression in a TS diagram. This diagram is very important and we have to draw this sketch. So TS diagram, temperature entropy diagram. So we will now designate the stagnation state 0,1 at inlet to the compressor or inlet to the impeller, and 0,3 at the outlet of the diffuser, or we can say outlet of the compressor. So in between we have 0,2 and we omitted that now. Forget about the condition after the impeller for time being, because we have to consider the overall compression process we want to represent it without taking the state in considering state 2 in between. So we will consider state 1 to state 3, the overall compressor action represented by 0,1 to 0,3 in terms of stagnation states. So 0,1 to 0,3 dash, what does this mean? 0,1 is the stagnation state corresponding to inlet to the impeller or inlet to the compressor, and 0,3 is the stagnation state corresponding to the outlet of the compressor or outlet of the diffuser. And this 1 to 3 is the process, it is not isentropic in actual practice. So actual compression, it deviates from isentropic. What is isentropic? Entropy is constant. So 0,1, and if you represent the process corresponding to this actual compression in isentropic manner, if it proceeds, then it would have been 0,1 to 0,3 dash. See, now consider the two constant pressure lines now, one passing through 0,1 and the other one passing to 0,3. So what is this constant pressure line in a TS plot? In TS plot, TS diagram, the constant pressure lines are represented by logarithmic curves. So this is such a curve representing P01. That means along this curve P01, the stagnation pressure is constant corresponding to 0,1. Anywhere on this line, the pressure is constant at what the value? P01. So then what is this? The constant pressure line passing through 0,3, that state, stagnation state corresponding to the outlet condition. So 0,3 outlet of the diffuser or outlet of the compressor, and that logarithmic curve that is represented by this line, and along which the stagnation pressure P03 is constant. And in fact the isentropic process, had the compression process been isentropic, then the process would have been 0,1 to 0,3 dash, the vertical line in which entropy S is equal to constant. Entropy is constant, and that means the constant pressure line, since 0,3 and 0,3 dash are on the same constant pressure line, therefore 0,3 P03 is same as P03 dash. That is stagnation pressure at stagnation state 3, 0,3 stagnation pressure corresponding to the state 3, you can say P03 is same as the isentropic process. If the process had been isentropic, then the stagnation pressure that would have been 0,3 dash, P03 dash, and P03 dash is equal to P03, but temperatures are different. So isentropic compression 0,1 to 0,3 dash in terms of stagnation properties, stagnation states, and actual compression 0,1 to 0,3. So the temperatures correspondingly is T01, that is at the inlet, or at the starting point, and if had the process been isentropic, then the temperature would have been T03 dash, and actual practice it is T03, and T03 is higher than, or it is greater than T03 dash. So you know that. So temperatures are stagnation temperatures at the outlet. Stagnation temperatures, if the process follows isentropic, and for the actual compression process they are not the same, but the stagnation pressures P03 is equal to P03 dash. So you should remember this. So this isentropic compression and the actual compression process, and this is our reference for the future derivations. So we will consider the steady flow energy equation now. Steady flow energy equation, and we will try to obtain an expression for specific work input in terms of stagnation properties. Now you consider the steady flow energy equation from thermodynamics, that is one dimensional form without without heat exchange. Later on we'll ignore that, but first we'll let me write down the equation as such: Q minus Ws, and we have considered this previously in our previous lecture. Q minus Ws is equal to the change in enthalpy plus the kinetic energy per unit mass, and I told you specifically during the last lecture, but so I don't want to repeat the points now, but I will simply write it down. So delta V square over 2, that is the kinetic energy per unit mass, then potential energy per unit mass is delta Gz, and we ignore the effect of elevation, and if this term, the change in elevation head or datum head, is neglected, then delta Gz will go, and delta H plus delta V square over 2. So now you consider the process 1 to 3 we consider first. For state 1. State 1 typically we consider for state 1 to state 3. That means the original thermodynamic state. I am not talking about stagnation now. 1 to 3. So what will be the consequence now? And here we consider that this is process is taking place. Consider that it is taking place in an adiabatic environment. So obviously your Q, that will be, the Q will be 0. So adiabatic environment, not isentropic. It is adiabatic environment. So then, and in actual practice, if Q is there, then we will consider that one also. But so here for time being we consider that the heat transfer effects are neglected. So Q is equal to 0. So therefore what is that? Minus Ws S is equal to delta H for 1 to 3. So 1 to 3, what is that? It is final H3 minus H1. Then plus the change in kinetic energy per unit mass, that is delta V square. V2 delta V square over 2. So for 1 to 3 if you apply, that will be V3 square by 2 minus V1 square over 2. And in this case what will be our expression? So what will be this? So H3 minus H1. So if you club it properly, and we have done it in the earlier class, H3 plus V3 square over 2, then minus, if you take minus sign outside, then inside the bracket it will be H1 plus V1 square over 2. So therefore this H3 plus V3 square by 2, and by definition this is your H03. And what is this one? H1 plus V1 square by 2. So that by definition that is H01. So in the previous class in which we discussed stagnation properties, and what we considered or what we derived was this expression H plus V square over 2 is equal to H0, stagnation state. So corresponding to H03, it is H3 plus V3 square by 2. Corresponding to state 01, stagnation state 01, it is H1 plus V1 square by 2. So H3 minus H01. Now you know that H03, what is that? In the previous slide I explained to you, Cp into T03, Cp into stagnation pressure corresponding to state 3, stagnation temperature corresponding to state 3, that is T03, minus this is Cp into T01. So this will be minus Ws. See, thermodynamically this is negative because work is done on the system. So if you ignore you know that the work is done, and just keep in mind that it is the compression work or negative work. So therefore you just ignore that minus sign now for time being, because we know thermodynamically this work is negative because it's compressor work done on the system. So Ws is equal to Cp into this. So Cp into T03 minus T01. And in the previous slide I told you, since there is no energy addition in the diffuser, T03 is same as T03 is same as T02. It is not shown in this diagram, but T02 is the stagnation state corresponding to the diffuser inlet or impeller outlet. T03 is the stagnation temperature it is stagnation temperature corresponding to the impeller outlet or diffuser inlet, that is T02. Stagnation temperature corresponding to diffuser outlet or outlet of the compressor, that is T03. So they are same. As you explained this one also, we explained this one earlier, H03 is also equal to this equality also will hold. H03 is equal to H02. So therefore this is the relation for the work done, and this can be rewritten as in terms of the temperature T02 also it can be written. So it is Cp into the stagnation state corresponding to the impeller outlet or diffuser inlet. T02 is equal to T03. Therefore Cp into T02 minus T01. This can also be written. So the actual work done per unit mass to compress the air in a centrifugal compressor, so that is Ws, specific work input to the compressor we say, that is Cp into T02 minus T01, that much joule per kg. So this relation, so you have to keep in mind these two and the various other relations also, and along with this diagram. Now we will proceed to the next part. The next part, in the sense, we will consider the isentropic efficiency. So isentropic efficiency of compression, considering the stagnation state first and static points, static temperatures later. But in terms of stagnation temperatures, we will try to derive this relation now. So if the process is isentropic, then what is isentropic? The minimum work done. So isentropic work done. So isentropic work done is equal to, what is that? Isentropic work done will be, if the process is isentropic, then 0,1 to 0,3 dash corresponding stagnation state, vertical line. So therefore the enthalpies you just subtract corresponding, take the difference of corresponding enthalpies, isentropic work done. So that will be H, I will write W isentropic is equal to H03 dash minus H01, because 1 to 0,1 to 0,3 dash. So therefore this is equal to what? Cp into corresponding temperatures. What is that? T03 dash Cp into, so I take Cp common, Cp into T03 dash minus T01 dash. Okay, so this is the isentropic work done, specific work done. Let me repeat, specific work done means what? It is work done per unit mass. And if you want to get the power rating or work done per second or the power in joule per second, then what you should do is multiply this quantity by mass flow rate, that is m dot. M dot is in kilogram per second, you know that. So W actual now the actual work done. So find out actual work done now. Actual work done, that we derived already an expression. So I need to write that one, just write that W actual, and in fact I have written Ws just to represent shaft work. So W actual, that is what? That is Cp into, what is that actual case? It is 0,1 to 0,3. So therefore Cp into T03 minus T01. And here I committed a mistake. It is T03 dash minus T01. It is not there is no 1 dash. It is Cp into T03 dash minus T01. I am sorry. So this is T0. This one is T01. Cp into T03 dash minus T01, that is W isentropic, and W actually Cp into T03 minus T01, and the common temperature in both the expressions is what? T01, stagnation temperature at compressor inlet or impeller inlet. Then what is isentropic efficiency, represented by, let's say, eta? So eta isentropic is equal to, it is a ratio of isentropic work done to actual work done. So isentropic, whichever is less, that should be there in the numerator. Isentropic work done divided by actual work done. Had it been a compressor, had it been a turbine, then the relation would have been isentropic efficiency would have been actual work done by isentropic work done. But because in the case of turbines, actual work will be less than isentropic work done, and in the case of compressor, it is the work to be expended or work to be given as input, and that isentropic work done will be less than actual work done. So eta isentropic or isentropic efficiency is this, and if you substitute these two, so W isentropic, see this as 1 and this relation actual work done as 2, then so just substitute over here, so it will be your 1 by 2, so 1 divided by 2. So talking about isentropic work done and actual work done. So what will be the relation? Cp is there on both expressions, so Cp will be cancelled. So you will write what is that? T in terms of temperature alone we can write. So T03 dash minus T01, I repeat, it's not T01 dash, it is T01, divided by T03 minus T01. So this is the expression that you have to keep in mind. It's very important relation, and we will use it for solving numericals. But remember, this is the isentropic efficiency expression in terms of stagnation temperatures. Had the compression been isentropic, then the process is 01 to 03 dash. In the actual case, the actual compression is represented by 01 to 03. So therefore, in terms of difference, ratios of difference in temperatures, we can write the expression for isentropic efficiency, and both numerator and denominator T01 is common. And what is T03 dash? And if the compression had been isentropic, then the stagnation temperature corresponding to the outlet condition is T03 dash. In the actual case, it is T03. Which is greater? T03 is greater than T03 dash. T03 dash is less. Numerator is less in this case. That's why isentropic efficiency is less than 1. For centrifugal compressors, usually we take isentropic efficiency in the range of 0.8 to 0.85, that is 80 to 85% isentropic efficiency we may expect from centrifugal compressors.